some guy goes, why don't you take 4 grams? Like, you with your size, you would be massive if you were on 4 grams. And I was like, well, I already am massive. I'm not 4 grams. I said, why aren't you taking 4 grams? And he was like, oh, I'm not big enough to take 4 grams. I'm like, well, isn't that a better excuse to take 4 grams? Like, I'm already pretty big.
I don't get it, man.
I don't understand. And I'm like, I just said to him, look, bro, individual responses. So if I can be, somewhere between 112 and 115, dry and peeled, inside out, ready to rock and roll in the gyms amongst the big boys that are going to be probably still 20 pounds bigger and absolutely inside out shredded. Yeah. But at least I'll kind of not look ridiculous amongst.
I think people are going to be surprised how big you actually are.
I hope I'm surprised. You know what it's like. You don't know, do you?
Oh, until you sit next to pros, of course, you're not going to be the biggest guy. But
it's going to be one or the other.
People that visit the booth,
People that visit the booths, yeah, fine. Like when you see pictures stood next to normal sized people, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm pretty big. But it's that thickness of some of these dudes, man. I want to pose down with a couple of these guys, or just get some good pictures with them, and it's going to be it's going to be A rather than B, but A will be, okay, I need another 2 or 3 years. These boys are massive. And B will be, I'm not as far off as I thought. B would be nice, but the reality is, like,
probably 2 or 3 years. If you step to
when
the
you meet some
guys,
of these guys, like I saw a video today of like James Hollingshead in his off season, stood next to who was he with? A couple of other guys. One of them was another pro bodybuilder who's just finished a prep, and he's a ginormous human being. He's my height. So I looked at him next to other people at the same height as me, and I'm like,
I think James is a little bit shorter than I am. He's like 5'7", man.
James, no, he's a 5'11" guy.
Really?
Yeah,
he's shorter.
He's my height. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big dude, and you should see him right now. Holy shit, he's absolutely enormous.
He's enormous. Yeah.
But he's a thick, big guy. But then I never get the opportunity, really, to sort of make videos and stand and pictures and stuff and stand next to some of these other guys. So it will be a great opportunity for that. It'll give me a nice little humbling reality check. I'm in no rush. I understand the timelines of this sport.
Just stop dabbling with these pussy dosages, man.
Yeah. Apparently. Some tiny little Indian dude goes, why don't you take 4 grams? Like, you with your size, you would be massive if you were on 4 grams. And I was like, well, I already am massive. I'm not 4 grams. I said, why aren't you taking 4 grams? And he was like, oh, I'm not big enough to take 4 grams. I'm like, well, isn't that a better excuse to take 4 grams? Like, I'm already pretty big. Like, why?
I don't get it, man.
I don't understand. And I'm like, I just said to him, look, bro, individual responses.
Yeah.
One person's 4 grams is another person's gram. What other people take and whatever you've heard is completely irrelevant. It is the most irrelevant thing you could ever think and talk about. Just do what works for you, and you leverage that over time as and when you really need to. That's how you intelligently build and progress cycles. If you're just going to look at someone else's cycle and go, do you know what? He does that, so I'm going to do that. Well, we've both seen how that turns out.
That's 90% of the fitness industry, dude.
And it usually goes horribly wrong.
That's why it's so funny, because like I do my cycles now a certain way, but I never built this size on what I do now. I built it on 2.5 grams, 3 grams a year, right? With a boatload of food. But it's just so easy to sustain it on the small dosages. Like now I 750 a week. It's nothing, Good growth hormone is pretty high.
Muscle memory that plays such a massive role. The genetic responses to gear, your body's so much more efficient. You don't need as much to maintain.
No, I agree.
If you go back 10 years and say, okay, I put myself in peak off seasons trying to put on a significant amount of mass, it might be a lot more gear.
It was a lot more gear. It was like 6 I use a GH and insulin, 50 I use it some days, and 2.5 grams,
Right, and that's probably a reasonable off-season kind of numbers for most guys.
Yeah.
But, what are these people, so-and-so takes this, so-and-so takes that, and then there's no context, there's no timing. Is that at the very end of a prep when everything's in play? Why? Do you know the genetic factors involved there? Does it matter what someone else does? No. So shut up talking about other people's dosages. It's so boring.
Yeah.
It really is. Talk about the synergistic interactions between compounds
It's too complicated.
And
look at my deep dives; they're too long, man. You see the audience retention just. Yeah, but he's on 5 grams.
Just skip to the bit. They look at the how many
milligrams.
How many for this?
Without
how many
knowing the ins and outs.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've spoken a lot recently about my cognitive stacks, and that was a few months of really trying to fine tune dosages. Right. And then as prep's gone on, I'm still fine tuning it to make sure I have that same vibe and feeling every day. This is the interesting part. Like, learn about yourself, learn about your own responses and your own individual responses to certain compounds and supplements. Do your blood work. Test these numbers out. Think about how you feel. Really collect some data, and then you start to actually learn about your own biology and how to really biohack it. Because trying to biohack yourself with someone else's plans is not really an intelligent way of going about things. No. It might be a good foundation and a starting point of information, but if you just spend a little bit of time and effort on just trying to figure out what works best for yourself, it goes a long, long way. Yeah. Like recently, the only thing I've done is bumped up the methylene blue to 10. I bumped up the Gorilla Mind Smooth.
Yeah.
I just doubled the dose of that, which is still not a full dose, but overall alpha GPC is at like 600 now, whereas before it was 400. Before it was 6 and now it's 8. And that's enough to give me a nice big kick.
Oh, so you take an extra tablet.
Yeah. So I just, and after,
well, guess what? One serving is 3 tablets, right?
5.
5.
So I was taking 2 and now I'm taking 4 and blah, blah, blah. So essentially it's just as prep continues and as fatigue continues to creep in, I'm just managing that cognitive fatigue by just sprinkling a little bit more of the actual ingredients that are going to give me that bump, the L-tyrosine. I want a bit more of a dopamine hit when I start the day to really get myself awake. And then as the day continues on, okay, I want a little bit more of a calmer, chill vibe here. What's got a little bit more L-theanine in it? You know, where can I leverage certain things? Do I want to be more focused for productivity wise? Okay, I'm going to start leveraging a bit more of the lion's mane and stuff like that. So just playing around with it, and just don't blindly take a bunch of shit. Maybe just read a little bit so you kind of know how these interactions take place.
Too much effort.
Yeah, but
just tell me what to take.
You guys, like the recent couple of episodes of the Anabolic Roundtable with Dean and Kurt, great episodes, and I just listened to them a few times, and I did some more deep diving and a bit more reading on some of the interactions at MAO A and B, and finding that sort of what's going to be a precursor for serotonin and dopamine, at what times I want that, where's that fine balance for me. What else can I leverage there as well? And there's just loads of good information. So don't just skip to the timelines where it just mentions dosages or this, and that. Just, you know.
It's so individual, you know. And like for you and me, we're so in tune, so I can make adjustments on the fly, which I do all the time. And then maybe you get an update video later on. And then, you know, people are like, well, what is the dose? But it's changed a bit, you know.
Yeah. So that's the fun.
That's part of the biohacking. That's part of the fun, yeah.
That's biohacking.
So you're biohacking harder than your cycle.
Oh, for sure. My cycle's super simple. It's boring. Boring as shit. Absolutely boring. I've got like 4 or 5 low days a week food wise, 1 high day. Training's the same. We'll keep leveraging volume as fatigue hits.
Yeah.
Cardio's the same, 25 minutes. My steps bumped up a bit, 13,500 a day now. So I hit the treadmill a couple of extra times throughout the day. But the biohacking stuff, I'm playing around with different dosages as the weeks go by to make sure I'm wired in enough to do something like this without just being in total zombie mode the whole time.
What is your average caloric intake, would you say?
My average
per day
is currently 2,100 calories.
2,100?
My weekly average.
Per day?
Yeah.
Jesus. So that's lower than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take 2,800 calories.
I'm in prep, bro.
Yeah. I should be in prep.
I've got to dig deep. I've got to dig deep to get this stubborn fat off. But yeah, averaging it out across the day, like there's 3 different caloric intake days. One is the lowest is 1,600 calories.
Jesus.
That's bikini diet stuff. Like
protein only. Yeah?
You know, there's these people that talk about, if you're prepping on less than 3,000 calories, you know, you haven't got it right. Shut up. And some guys, individual response.
You grow on 4,000 calories,
right? I grow very easily on not a lot of food, but when I diet, I've got to dig deep.
Yeah, 300 pounds and 4,000 calories per day.
Yeah, 4,500 calories a day was my basically
your height.
Yeah. So, but whatever, people will say what they're going to say. Some of these top level pros, like going to the Olympia top 10 guys, are on bikini diet calories.
Yeah, at the end,
doing 2 to 3 hours of cardio sometimes. Like, don't get it twisted.
You got to do what you
You
got to
got
do,
to
man.
dig real freaking hard to get like that proper stage condition.
Yeah.
Some guys, fortunately, have genetically very, very good metabolisms, and don't have to. Wesley won the Arnold on like 4,000 calories. I ain't Wesley. I wish I was, but I ain't.
Everybody's different, you know. And
Everyone is
for me, my metabolism is very adaptive, so I got to fucking ramp it down pretty hard also at one point.
Yeah. Good dig. Like the best condition I've had previous to what will be this condition was the China National Show, the DNS one, where we dug down. And that was
1,800 also, yeah.
That was low. That was digging.
Yeah. And then taking the test out for a month, and
it was shit. It was real shit, but it was a cool look on the day. It was pretty damn good. And that was only like a year and a half, 2 years into bodybuilding, and very respectable. And that was low. And that was really, really digging hard.
But if you take like thyroid medications and DNP, you can eat a lot more, Aaron.
Really? Oh. Is this DNP?
No, that's Gorilla Mind energy shots.
I'm going to take my gorilla. It was leg day today, so this is my post-leg day pick-me-up.